covering Southeast Georgia and the Lowcountry. WJCL 22 News at 11 starts now.
Today at 11, questions rise on who the next Democratic candidate may be, while Harris receives many endorsements the Democratic Party's concerns.
If you don't, we take you to jail.
Plus, a Chatham County deputy officially fired his charges after arrest over the July 4th weekend. And it's back to school season, and potential phone bans are the talk of the classroom. WJCL 22 News at 10 starts now. Hello and good morning. I'm Lydia Blackstone. The Secret Service is still under fire this morning after the Trump assassination attempt last week. Many state leaders, including Nancy Mace, questioned the director of the Secret Service on the security from that day. When responding, Director Kimberly Cheadle says she remains focused on the security needs of the upcoming high-profile events.
I think that I am the best person to lead the Secret Service at this time.
So far, Cheadle has refused numerous calls for her resignation, including from South Carolina Representative Nancy Mace. Commitment 2024. It's only been a day since President Joe Biden announced he's stepping down from the race. Vice President Kamala Harris currently holds the top spot to be the next Democratic candidate, but questions still rise from the party.
Joe Biden's legacy of accomplishment over the past 3 years is unmatched in modern history.
Vice President Kamala Harris speaking publicly for the first time Monday since President Joe Biden announced he would not seek re-election and endorsed her as the next Democratic presidential candidate.
Our President Joe Biden fights for the American people, and we are deeply, deeply grateful for his service to our nation.
Dozens of Hill Democrats and other prominent members of the party have come out in support of Harris, but some key party leaders have not weighed in yet. Independent Senator Joe Manchin says he's hoping to see additional candidates join the race.
I really believe strongly, along with I think that former President Obama and Speaker Nancy Pelosi both think there should be a process.
Another important question, who will Harris tap to be her running mate should she secure the nomination? One supporter was out front Monday sounding like he's ready for the job.
The vice president is smart and strong, which will make her a good president.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear threw his full support behind Harris while bashing former President Trump's VP pick, J.D. Vance.
J.D. Vance ain't from here. No, the nerve that he has to call the people of Kentucky, of Eastern Kentucky, lazy.
Trump has come out swinging on Truth Social, his campaign having anticipated this possibility for weeks. Sources tell CNN that Trump's team is working on more targeted ads attacking Harris's record and tying her to Biden's border policies.
Many sources describe their feelings just 24 hours later after Biden's announcements as a little grief, a little relief, and a little excitement about the new campaign ahead. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger got a first-hand look at Chatham County's voting equipment to test its security. He says the goal is to give voters confidence that those ballots are secure. The secretary also says the state is checking to make sure all the voters in this election are American citizens.
But we did an audit of our entire voter rolls to verify who was citizens, who were any non-citizens, and we found not a single non-citizen. We did find about 1,600 who tried to register to vote.
The Secretary of State also says temporary poll workers will be giving limited access to the voter registration system and will lose access completely after voting. Let's get a check of our forecast with meteorologist Jacob Linebarger. You're in the studio today, and you know it was a very rainy week that we've had. Are we going to be seeing a little bit drier conditions later on this week?
Yeah, it looks like those rain chances will ramp up as we head towards this weekend. Right now, though, look at these feels like temperatures already to triple digits as we head into the low country. Mid 90s, low 90s in parts as we round out and head towards lunchtime today. Right now, though, clear conditions in Savannah, but we're watching these rain showers up towards northern Alabama and central Mississippi. This is a front that will push on into our area and bring us some rain chances as we head towards this weekend. Right now on radar, dry conditions for all of us, so enjoy the sunshine while we have it as we head towards the afternoon. 40% chance of rain showers this afternoon for a brief pop-up downpour or two. That could dampen your afternoon plans, but those showers will move on by. Weekend, it looks like you'll need the umbrella, however, with those rain chances picking up towards 60%. If you want to stay up to date on our forecast, you can download our free WJCL News app.
Thank you so much, Jacob. A 10-year-old involved in Noah Bush's death back in May will face 2 years in a probation detention center. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office also says the case officially has been ruled as a homicide.
We still have a long road ahead of us because until Noah receives his justice, there will be no peace.
Right now, an 11-year-old who is facing charges is still awaiting sentencing. The mother of one of the detainees is also under arrest. She's charged for probation violation and making false statements.
All you gotta do is sign right there. That's not admitting guilt. This is saying you understand you're getting a citation. You said you're not gonna sign it? If you don't, we take you to jail.
Chatham County Sheriff's Deputy Sergeant Carlos Piote fired after a traffic stop. Piote was booked over the 4th of July weekend on a felony and misdemeanor charges. Just 5 days later, the Chatham County Sheriff's Office terminated him. According to a letter obtained by WJCL 22 News, he was let go for violating employee conduct. It's back to school, which means it's time to talk about the school year ahead. WJCL 22 News' Tia Maggio spoke with the South Carolina Education Association about potential phone bans this school year.
The president of South Carolina Education Association says phones are disrupting students' ability to learn.
It's very hard for a teacher when they're trying to teach to compete with Netflix or compete with a game or compete with your boyfriend texting you in the middle of my class.
Even saying she's seen dangerous trends rise with phones and social media.
They like to videotape if there's a fight, or sometimes they would pretend to fight just to videotape it to get so many views on social media.
And South Carolina elementary teachers say they're seeing it take away children's creativity.
When I taught first grade, I'd give them markers and pencils and crayons and glue, and I'd say, make something, and they would. And now when I teach first grade, they're like, where's the iPad to give me directions? Can I open up YouTube to see directions on how to make whatever it is you want me to make?
That's why state lawmakers are banning all cell phones in South Carolina public school classrooms by 2025. Despite all that, when asked about the ban during a community conversation, Savannah students made it clear it would only make the problems worse.
If you're really that person, if you really want to bully that person, you wait till you get home with your phone.
Some even saying phones can provide comfort.
In some instances, our phones are safe havens. Sometimes that's the way we need to be impressed of what's going on, especially in my school.
South Carolina's Department of Education is currently on the new policy. It will be public school districts' job to implement it or risk losing state funding. Now to Atlanta, Truist Park adding some upgrades. Jasmine DeJarnett is live in the studio to tell us about some of those renovations. Jasmine, tell us what's going to look like.
Yes, Lydia, for full season members, Truist Park is expanding the Coors Light Chop House and adding what will be called the bullpen. Both of these seating options have their own unique twist to them. Starting with the Chop House, it will feature in-seat food and beverage services. Fans will also receive a $15 credit to use on food, beverages, and merchandise. As for the bullpen, it'll feature complimentary food and drink options and an enhanced viewing experience. Truist Park is set to host the 2025 MLB All-Star Game, and these adjustments will be completed right before the 2025 season. Be sure to stick with WJCL 22 News. I'll be back with a full look at sports in just a few minutes. Lydia?
Thanks, Jasmine. Microsoft's tech outage, airlines have been affected for the third day in a row. The damage so far and what people have to say about it. And the popular Texas gas station Buc-ee's finally announced its grand opening in Brunswick. What the Beaver has in store.
And I'll show you when you'll need the umbrella as you head towards this weekend in the area's certified most accurate forecast coming up.
Coming up on OU Nightly, the Muslim community on campus rallies for Palestine, their message to fellow students. Plus, a new candidate in the bid for House Speaker, the latest from Capitol Hill. And Killers of the Flower Moon finally hits theaters, the OU connection. This is OU Nightly.
Thanks, Ireland. And as we head into the weekend, big changes are coming to OU's annual homecoming. We'll tell you what's new and different for celebrations tonight and tomorrow coming up.
And Killers of the Flower Moon hits theaters today. The movie was filmed right here in Oklahoma. We talked to OU students involved in the film. when OU Nightly continues.
Thanks, Dakota. Can't wait to get my tickets. And an exciting new addition to the Oklahoma City Zoo.
Find out more about this long-legged friend when we return.
Coming up on OU Nightly, live Super Tuesday updates before the results roll in. Plus, OU's Gaylord College looks for a new dean, what the first candidate says he has to offer. And wildfires still spreading in the state and beyond, how Oklahomans are lending a hand. This is OU Nightly.
Thanks, Brooke. Well, coming up, you could have a new furry friend soon. How a gentle giant could make you smile up next.
And a new rule brings changes to late fees on credit cards. See why the Biden administration plans to challenge it after this.
Coming up, 2 Oklahoma colleges are teaming up to battle the statewide teacher shortage.
Find out how you can get involved with the new program after the break.
Now, one Sooner squad is heating up both on and off the court.
This team is counting up both wins and honors. OU Nightly's Kaylee Jo Hummel has it all in sports.